Hello, look at your outfit. What are you wearing? Do you know where it came from or how it was made? Chances are you probably didn't think about this important aspect of something we use and consume every day. Today I'll be informing you on how clothes are produced and how they can help save the environment if done correctly. This is sustainable fashion. Throughout my speech, I'll be informing you on what sustainable fashion is, the beginning of it, the future, and the impact it holds on us and the planet, sustainable fashion's #1 competitor, and other alternatives we can use to improve the environment with what we put on our bodies. By definition, taking from article Green Strategy, sustainable fashion is partly about the production of clothes, shoes, and accessories in an environmentally friendly and socio-economically sustainable manner, but also more sustainable patterns of consumption and use, which shifts into behaviors and attitudes. In simpler terms, it's what's going into our clothes and how you can promote natural resources and prevention of waste. The fashion industry is one of the leading causes of pollution. With that being said, sustainable fashion is more of a movement instead of just a trend that will pass on. Leading back to the 1950s, mass consumerism and manufacturing began, and wasn't until the late 60s to 80s that a new era of fashion arrived with natural fabrics, a simpler way of life, and movements such as the anti-fur movement. It wasn't until the 90s where cheap and accessible clothing came in, and slow fashion, another term for sustainable fashion, didn't start its rise until 2013. This started because people started realizing just how dangerous the fashion industry had really become. Currently, with the climate crisis forcing businesses to rethink waste, for example, fashion shoots that use an outfit one time and then throw it away because they're done with it. Sustainable fashion will become a popular and will set the bar even higher for more brands to come. There are even easy, accessible things like quizzes online that you can use that will calculate your carbon footprint and show you your spending habits compared to other spending habits around the world. With easy access, things like that, it's so easy to become aware with what's in our own closets and how we can improve and benefit, which brings me to my next point. When looking at what makes our closets, pay attention to what they come from. Most of the time, it'll come from fast fashion industries. Fast fashion is a production of trends straight off the catwalk that requires mass energy, toxic dyes, and chemicals that contaminate fresh water. All for cheap prices that last for only a few years. Some fast fashion brands that you can avoid if wanting to live the sustainable life is Forever 21, Romwe, Topshop, Boohoo, things like that. Here are 2 examples from Romwe, some fast fashion brands. Vice versa. There's some slow brands of fashion, sustainable fashion, such as Patagonia, North Face, Columbia, Reformation, Levi's, and some examples of that. Patagonia, North Face. In an article called Green Fashion Week, they pointed out fast fashion to be unethical techniques along with cheap labor for employees who work 13 hours a day and no breaks. This turns them into the unethical workforce, which means for companies, more clothes and more money. Most fast fashion clothing websites or stores sell around $20 or less. That could be a good thing if you're style conscious and on a budget, where sustainable fashion, it all looks good on paper, but unfortunately it can get pricey. Some other cons for this eco-friendly brands are slow processing, delayed trends, they're very minimalistic, and there's really no such thing as 100% sustainable, unfortunately. Going on to my next point, some other alternatives we could do to reduce our carbon footprint and to help the environment and still be stylish is just research. Research is so important, it's vital. Taken from lifestyle article Live Kindly, writer Charlotte Pointing explained 3 key things to look for when doing your research. 1, look if it's local. If it's local, most of the time it's going to be a good thing. 2, transparency. Look on the websites, see where the clothes came from, how they're made. If it says it and it's open and it's honest on there, it's going to be a good brand. Third, sustainable materials. For example, what they're made of, like water, soil, land materials, renewable energy sources, things like that you want to look for. Thrifting is also another great way to reduce your spending, reduce consumerism, and just be able to reuse clothes. For example, this outfit that I'm wearing, it's 100% thrifted, so you can always make a cute outfit. Thrifting is such a good idea. Also, hand-me-downs and swaps are another great way to get new pieces without consuming more. There's apps that you can do this, Depop, Poshmark, they're all great ways to do that, or with friends even. Always donate your clothes. Don't throw them away. If you're going through your closet, want to clean it out, donate them. Go to your Goodwill, give them to there. The infamous line, reduce, reuse, recycle, is vital when it comes to sustainable fashion. So whoever would like to be involved and contribute to the sustainable lifestyle, the first step is to change your mindset. Instead of nice to haves, think of must haves when you're going shopping. So some things to take away from that were previously stated are 1, the future fashion has on society. 2, what we as a whole can do to improve and promote local businesses, less consumerism, and well-made clothes. The sustainable fashion environment will thrive and become even better if followed and supported by mass majority. You can look good and do good for the environment at the same time. Thank you.